so we're here from the magazine in a day. We're doing it about legends. I'm Rebecca.
I'm Neve.
I'm Minnie.
I'm Rob.
And we decided, because we're doing it about legends, to have a little chat about Muse and their recent announcement. So I'm sure most of you have heard by now the huge announcement from Muse Camp, obviously. If anyone wants to delve into it, give a bit of info to the listeners or the viewers about what happened.
The Psycho Tour announced yesterday. What is it? 6 dates they're doing, I think. And they announced, they confirmed the album title Drones and the album release date, June 8th.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting stuff. So,
Album cover as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
And a single being announced tonight.
6 p.m. tonight, first single.
Oh.
So we're all huge Muse fans. So we've decided to come together and have a little chat about how disappointed we all are that we can't go and see them on this tour. So who would like to start this?
Well, I've decided not to spend my time crying too much about not getting tickets to this tour and to just focus on getting tickets to the main tour whenever they announce that after the album and after festival season.
Yeah, I think what I was sort of disappointed about not getting tickets was they've announced venues which are quite intimate for Muse. They may not be the most intimate venues, like they are a couple of hundred, but to see them in such a small venue instead of like a massive arena or a stadium, it would have been once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
It's tiny compared to like a Wembley
That's
stadium
the part
gig.
that I'm gutted about the most as well, because the only time I got to see them was at Reading in 2011. Obviously, you know, huge crowd, loads of people. These tiny little venues, it would have been insane. Like, I haven't seen them since then, so I'm just so gutted.
I don't think they're ever going to play anywhere smaller than that. That's as small as they're going to get.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about Muse in the story of things, you know, obviously when they had their first album, they played venues like the Joiners, you know, really tiny, like 200 cap venues. They're never, ever going to go back to that point now. No. This would probably have been the closest.
Exeter's probably the most intimate.
Was it like a student union or something?
Yeah, it's the Great Hall, I think, at Exeter Uni.
Yeah.
And I think it's because it's announced like the tour starts this Sunday. And what's it now? It's Thursday.
Yeah.
It's a bit like trying to get it off work and trying to fit all your uni work around it. It's just
I think in a way it was kind of a good idea to leave it so late because I mean it would have been easier for people like us, you know, students to get tickets, but apparently that didn't work out particularly well.
I think a lot of I'd say a lot of it's already been sold out.
Yeah, and it's a Muse promo thing, isn't it? Before every album, there's always like there's teasers and like hints, and then like crazy promotional stuff. Like last album, there was the whole oh my god, it's a dubstep album.
So what did you guys think of the last album? It was a bit different to conventional sort of.
I still loved it.
Yeah,
I liked it. I didn't love it. Like that's why I'm so excited now, because they've been saying it's a return to like the rockier side of things, and that's what I really loved. So I'm really excited this time.
I'm excited to see something back to more like Showbiz Origin Symmetry.
Yeah.
Like really far back, I think is what they're going to be doing.
Well, my favourite albums were Origin of Symmetry and Absolution.
Yeah,
I did like, you know, like Black Holes and Revelations and like Second Law and Resistance and stuff, but I'd love to see them go back to like the riffs like Stockholm Syndrome and Hysteria. I think that's been missing. It's been missing the past couple of albums, like those massive riffs. I just love for them to go back, and it would be insane to see them in such like a intimate venue, them riffs.
Yeah.
They'd be class.
Yeah, it would be amazing. As we are here talking about legends today, that's the whole theme of the magazine that we've got going on. I'm sure all of us think Muse are quite legendary, so I'd like to go around and kind of get people's reasons why they think they are legendary.
Well, for me, I'm really into like progressive music, and I think they kind of hark back to bands that I really like Pink Floyd and like Queen, I guess you could say, were slightly more progressive. And I think what makes Muse so legendary is partly in their live show. It's such a big spectacle, so many lights, so many like props going on, and like they are taking so much from Pink Floyd in the live show, and they just look grand. They're such a spectacle to see.
I think it's the live show status that makes them legends. Their albums are sort of like, you know, if you're not a Muse fan, like I can just about understand not liking Muse's albums, but I don't think anybody could go to a Muse show and not say that it's completely epic.
Yeah, I was quite surprised when I saw them how like it was so perfect. Like not even a note wrong or a guitar solo, not anything wrong with it. It was immaculate, like the CD.
And it's conceptual as well.
Yeah, it was weird because you wouldn't really expect to see that live, if you know what I mean, from a band that are like, you know, really rocky and heavy, kind of into it. You'd expect, you know, a few mishaps here and there, not something that's completely polished and immaculate.
And also, I don't think, like, I've seen them quite a few times now, and I've never heard from anyone, and I've never personally experienced a dip in energy or
Me
quality
neither.
at a live show. Not
No.
one have I ever seen or heard of been like, oh, that was a bit of a crap show.
Yeah, well, I know the last time I went to see them, 2012, I remember I had spare tickets, so I brought my friend to see them. And she likes Muse, but she was like, you know, they're quite far down on like the bands that she really want to see. But I was like, look, it's free ticket, you know, you can have it if you want. She's like, yeah, sure. She got out of that arena and she was like, Niamh, that was the best live show I've ever been to. It's just a spectacle and it's amazing. And I think what I really like about it as well is that they do put on such a show and they are such showmen, but they're not too big for their own boots, you know what I mean? Like they're still, they're still the boys from Devon, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're kind of like, some of it's almost tongue-in-cheek, like this ridiculously overproduced show, but it's still just three guys on a stage playing really great
Yeah, I mean, you
music.
can tell that they're kind of taking the mick, for example, from the Panic Station video.
Yeah.
Like, you know, outrageously over the top, but done in a really kind of humorous way.
Yeah, and like from Rome, like when they had the actors come on for like various different tracks and literally like made it into almost like a film as well as a live show.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, I guess here's hoping from all of us really that they come back with another decent tour for us really. Like, come on Muse, you need to come back.
The album's got to be great, like going back to the roots, but still like pushing the limits, which I don't think they will ever stop doing.
No.
Yeah.
And hopefully the tour will just be same old.
Yeah.
I think they're just like very unpredictable as well. Do you know what I mean? Like I think it was maybe on like the Resistance or something they were saying like it's probably they have one of the heaviest songs, and it wasn't a heavy album, but it was still a great album. Do you know what I mean? It was really unpredictable, and then they had like the 3-part symphony.
Oh,
at the end.
yeah.
And then
He
it was,
also
like,
just
the
doesn't.
dubstep, you know,
he doesn't even care just to go. You know, I'm gonna put a symphony on my rock album.
I'm not a massive classical fan,
Yeah.
but that symphony was
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I think the thing as well with Matt Bellamy, like, he comes across as quite legendary because he's such a good showman, such a good front man, but he doesn't speak. Like, he's like throwing his guitar around and like doing all these moves, but he just doesn't say a word.
Yeah.
So it's still got that like
his
mystique
voice
and
in real
mystery
life
about it.
is hilarious as well though, because he's just so Devon-y.
He does that like nervous little laugh whenever he's in interviews, and he's not like a rock star.
But he's
in
so
person,
much
but on
stuff
stage
to
he's
say.
such a rock
Yeah.
star.
He's everyone that I speak to who likes Muse say that he is God. Really, you know, everyone agrees. Like, there's got to be something pretty legendary about comparing a guy to God.
Yeah, it's just the fact like he seems like such a shy guy, but you see him on stage and he doesn't maybe speak as much on stage. I remember the first time I seen him was in like 2007 maybe, and I think he probably said thank you twice. And that was it.
Yeah.
But I think I heard more from the drummer.
Dom says like a little bit.
Yeah.
Chris
quite
says
awkward
nothing,
as well.
and Matt's just like.
But yet they still have the audience eating out the palm of their hand.
Yeah, definitely.
It shows you don't have to do the like getting people to sing along thing. You don't have to do interacting with the crowd or taking pictures of the crowd. You just play.
If the music's good
loads
enough.
of gimmicks, but sort of no gimmicks.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? They're gimmicks in the respect it's the show, like, you know, like flames and like
Massive robots.
Yeah, obviously when I saw them at Reading, they did the whole Origins of Symmetry album, so they had the big pylons there.
So jealous.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I queued 12 hours at the front.
I watched it on BBC.
It was so worth every hour. It was
Yeah.
amazing, but yeah. So here's, you know, all of us, we've all seen them live. We're all pretty excited about the album. So I think Muse really are probably one of our biggest legends.
Yeah.
Yes, anyway.
We're
Definitely
pushing
in
music
rock
out.
for sure.
Yeah.
Front runners for legends,
Yeah.
definitely.
You just did that. You just did that.